Jimmy, I saw you were playing with Leon Gavanka at yesterday's practice. I just wanted to know what your thoughts are on him as a player, but also if you could speak to the leap that comes with being a rookie player, then becoming a sophomore, and how more responsibility comes from that.
Uh, I like playing with Leon. We did a little bit last year, and he's a really intelligent player, and for his age too, uh, he really knows how to play the game, and it makes it easier for me and makes it easier for him. And I think we play really well together, and hopefully we can bring that this year. And it's just gonna get easier and easier as he's getting older and growing up as a hockey player as well.
Jimmy, you've been around the league for a long time, so I feel like your perspective would be interesting. I want to know how you think Dylan Samberg's game could translate well to the pro level rather seamlessly.
He's I'm sure he's gonna do well. Just all his, it's just by his size too. He's a pretty big kid, and uh, it, like sometimes you see bigger guys be less comfortable on the ice, but he's moving well out there, and he keeps it simple, and I think that's what's going to bring him to the NHL.
We'll go next to Daniel Fink. Go ahead, Daniel.
Jimmy, you're pretty outnumbered with all these young kids on the team, you and the couple of other vets. What's it like kind of working with all these guys to onboard them to the pro lifestyle?
It's just I'd say it's a bit the same as last year too. Like last year, we had a couple more older guys, but we also had a lot of younger guys, and I think it's just we're gonna have to do the older guys gonna have to do the same job as we did last year, and just and it's easy just by the way we're just to show example by the way we do things day in and day out, and for these guys, they can just see that and try to apply it to their own routine, or to the practice and stuff, like the work ethic. And it's just, I think just by leading by example and showing them the way, I think like everybody's just is old enough here and mature enough to understand that you got to learn from who you want to learn from, and who you're looking up to, and hopefully better yourself.
You've got a few kids at home. Do you feel like a dad at home and at the rink these days, or?
Yeah, it's sure. Like every day I'm growing older, and like the kids that are coming in are always around 20, 21. So I feel like there's more of a gap here, but no, it's funny. Just like it's for me, it seems like it was so long ago that I was coming into the league, and to see them go through the same things that I went through is funny, and like I'm happy to help them and tell them like not to worry about like little stuff, and just like finding a place, and like finding furniture and all that stuff. Like that's a huge step for them, and for me, I've been doing it like I think it's my 7th year now, so 7 times, and now it's easy, but when you're that young, it's something that's so hard to deal with, and I'm just trying to help these guys go through that.
We'll go next to Jacob Steller. Go ahead, Jacob.
Jimmy, just further to that, what are the challenges that have been for you and your family, considering that you've had to make the move here to Winnipeg quickly, and obviously, as Dan said, you've got children at home and stuff. How does the pandemic add a whole different level to being a professional hockey player while also having a family at home at the same time?
So for me, yeah, they stayed back home this year because it was just too complicated with the schools and having to quarantine here and bringing everybody in a hotel room and all this stuff. So we just decided that for this short season, it was better for us to for them to stay back home and keep the things they are, and for me to come here alone. but at the same time, it's hard, you know, like when at least we got FaceTime and all that stuff that we can do, but everybody knows it's not the same to be face to face or to be on the phone. So yeah, that's been the tougher part, but I try to keep contact with them and try to be with them as much as possible.
Jimmy, is it also kind of difficult considering that, you know, because you're here without your family, it would obviously be nice to rely on teammates, but you guys can't really congregate as much as you would be in a normal year. So has that been difficult too in its own sense?
Yeah, it's just so different for everybody this year in so many aspects. But like I was telling the guys today, just like we're just trying to make the most of it this year and you know, like make the most of what we have, and it's just new for everybody. So we're just everybody's trying to learn at the same time, and like I said, we're just trying to make the best of it.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thanks, guys.
We'll go next to Daniel Fink. Go ahead, Daniel.
Jimmy, you mentioned trying to make the best of it, and that's important because, I mean, regardless of it being a short season, everyone's still playing for jobs next year and things like that. So now that you finally get to play some games, how much are you looking forward to tomorrow and going forward?
For me, you know, like for me, it's my 7th year, so I know what to expect from the game. Like, let's say, like the game wise, I know what to expect. Like, I know how it's gonna be. All the games gonna be like always the first game is always so intense. I think the challenge is more for the younger guys that come from juniors or college that don't really know how the game's played over here. But I think the excitement is there, at least from what we've seen. Like for me personally, I'm super excited because it's been 11 months, I think, or something like that, like not playing hockey and actually not playing a real game. And yeah, I'm super excited, and that's what we've been working this whole time for. And yeah, I'm really excited to play.
It starts off with a tough test. I mean, we haven't obviously been able to see the Toronto Marlies yet, but usually a pretty good team. When you're jumping into a game that really haven't had a chance to get a lot of information and pre-scout, how do you approach kind of those first few minutes feeling out another team?
Like we know like the Marlies every year are gonna have a good team, and that's something we've seen in the past. And but at the same time, like in every season I ever started, like the first games we try to, because we practiced a little bit, but we didn't practice like as much as when let's say we'd be halfway through season now. And like every start of the season we just try to play as simple as possible, and like not try to put ourselves in a situation where we're playing catch up hockey. Like we're gonna try and like do what we do best, and hopefully grab the first couple of goals there, and trying to keep with it.
We'll finish it off with Jacob Stoller. Go ahead, Jake.
Jimmy, I feel like in speaking to people around, you know, your age, at your stage of your career, it's all about being a good veteran and there for the guys. But of course, as a professional athlete, you have goals yourself. So this year, with there not being, you know, a Calder Cup handed out, we don't know how the playoffs exactly will look. What's that like for you? Where do your personal goals kind of change to? And does that add a sort of different element that, you know, you can't really contextualize?
I don't have any really like goals really set in mind, but for me personally, it's you know, like every year, like I almost always been all my life on 1-year contracts, and it's always it seems like every year you have to prove yourself, and you have to start everything from zero and then build it back up. And it's hard. Like at the end of the day, it's like a normal job. Like if hire you for a reason, and you don't do what you basically don't do, or you're not good enough in the role they put you in, and you're just getting gassed. Like it's just like any other real job in the world. Like we're on a 1-year contract. You got to do the best. Like what you got to do what they hired you for, and that's what I'm gonna try to do this year, even if it's a smaller season. Uh, I've been brought here to play physical and be a good leader, be a good vet, and um, that's why I'm here, and that's what I'm gonna try to do.